The Australian High Commissioner to Fiji. I hope you can hear me. His Excellency John Fix, the First Secretary, Mr. Malcolm Patterson, Councillor Development Corporation, Ms. Joanna Houghton, members of the media, PS Education and the team. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. As mentioned by the MC, the mornings and the days are not very good, but we always try to look for an opportunity which becomes a cause of celebration even in this time, where we look for hope in every little thing. Let me start off by saying that Fiji and Australia have a special bond, one born out of the common values of friendship as regional neighbors. In fact, as seen in Vuvale partnership, the relationship between our nations can be said to transcend friendship because we are Vuvale, which means we are a family. And whenever we have seen each other in need, we have been there for each other. And I thank you for that. And this morning is another such occasion. It is my privilege to be here today to thank the Australian government, Commissioner through you, for their kind and generous contribution towards the rehab work of our school buildings that was damaged by tropical cyclone Yasa late last year. And this impacted a lot of communities and around 810 students. And of course, forcing them out of the normal classrooms to continue their education in less than ideal conditions. The Australian government has extended a grant of 19.7 million Fijian dollars to boost the Fijian government's tropical, am I correct to say that? 19.7 Fijian dollars?
12.5.
Yeah, 12.5 Australian dollars. $1 million to boost the Fijian government's tropical cyclone Yasa response and recovery plan. And the grant is specifically aimed at one of the key priorities of the rehab plan, which is the rehabilitation and resilient reconstruction of 9 schools that were hit hardest in the Northern Division. These schools are Lekutu Secondary School, Lekutu District School, Nukumbulu Primary School, one of my favorite schools. When I traveled there, it was sad to see the whole school building standing intact, but it was like sort of the landslide had affected the building and divided into half. Maramarua District School, Rakete District School, Boa District, Dama District, Walevu West District School, and Ratuluke Memorial High School. For your information, Your Excellency, almost all these schools now have been sort of quickly fixed to ensure that children, when they return to school, go back to conducive learning environments while the rebuilding of new schools will take place. The direct funding arrangement for this was signed a few days ago between the Fijian and the Australian government, and these funds will be used as project progresses over the next 3 fiscal periods until 2024. So like I mentioned, while these buildings are completed, we will ensure that our children are within, not in learning spaces, but in buildings that has been constructed as part of our quick fix program. We appreciate the trust shown by the Australian government in the Fijian government's internal systems and processes for repurposing its development finance to provide these increasing amounts of direct budget support. Ladies and gentlemen, the implementation will be managed by the Australian government through a project support facility run by an independent third party, and the Fijian government through the Ministry of Economy's Construction Implementation Unit, who will be responsible for cross-checking progress and releasing funds for payment to contractors. In addition, a steering committee, which will include officials from the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Economy, CIU, and your Australian High Commission will set up to ensure successful implementation and completion of these buildings. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that TC Yasa was a Category 5 cyclone. The second worst in our history that left a swath of destruction behind, causing incredible damage, especially in the Northern Division, to Fijian homes, properties, and infrastructure. That is why, moving forward, we are not merely going to rebuild these buildings to how they were, but that we build it back to stronger and better than before to be climate resilient and cyclone proof. And for rural communities, Your Excellency, these school structures and buildings serve as a safe haven during natural disasters. And I'm sure the communities in Feda, God forbid, if we do receive such cyclones, the community will also benefit by seeking refuge in these buildings. And of course, this is in line with our vision for education in Fiji. One of our Fijian government's biggest mandate is to ensure that all Fijian students have equal access to a quality education, and these buildings will definitely contribute to quality education for the new schools in the community. After the passing of the two back-to-back cyclones, our first thought was to get on the ground to the most affected areas, assess what was to be done, and get started on rehab works. From the start, let me say, we had invaluable support on the ground provided by first responders, and these included the Australian Defence Forces and the Fijian military forces, whom I'd like to thank greatly. When we arrived, we were heartbroken by what we saw. Our schools had suffered massive amounts of damage, including entire buildings being destroyed. At the same time, we were also inspired by the spirit shown by our partners, the eagerness to get back to normalcy, the eagerness to help us get back to normalcy, and of course to allow our children to continue their education. I had the honor of going around to some places with the Defence Forces and the resilience that they showed. The example of friendship and comradeship that they showed while working with our military engineers was just indeed awesome and marvelous. It was especially inspiring to see the entire community come together, including parents, teachers, donors, and children, of course, to help us along clearing up and rebuilding. Today, I'm just waiting for the borders to open so I can go and visit these schools. I'm sure the scenario would be different. It would really be different. I've been getting a lot of heartwarming messages from parents and communities thanking everybody who has been part in this phase of rehab work. While we are happy with the progress so far, with all the work that is done in the 9 or 10 schools that were severely damaged, we know there is still a lot of work remaining ahead of us, which this assistance from the Australian government will help us see through to its completion. We want to ensure that our young ones who have already been through so much can carry on with their schooling without having to worry about the surroundings and the buildings. It is also very important to normalize the learning and teaching environment for teachers who face their challenges during this time. The community, I'd also like to thank the community of the North, who have also shouldered a lot of responsibility, and we want to ease the burden on them as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to express my appreciation to everyone who has contributed in one form or another towards our rehab works. This includes our donor partners, to those who did the construction, and as well as the parents, teachers, and of course children who helped out during the process. Particularly, once again, I'd like to put on record our heartfelt thanks to the Australian Defence Forces, who ensured that one of our schools that was badly damaged, Galawa Primary School, was completed to standards, and I had the pleasure of visiting that school with them. I'd also like to thank the Australian Defence Forces with all the equipment that they brought with us in ensuring that we delivered the construction materials to hard-to-reach islands and schools, and we are thankful for that. Your Excellency and the team, I know you are all looking forward to see this rebuild works progress, and I promise you we share your eagerness. The education of our young ones remains one of our highest priorities of the Fijian government, and as you can see today, together with the help and support that you have provided to us, we will continue to do our best to provide the best possible education that we can despite the current circumstances. Our children have been home since mid-April this year due to COVID-19. A repeat of what happened last year. However, when we thought we were out of all this, we were struck again by the second phase of COVID-19. We are keeping our children home. We will continue to keep them unless and until the environment out there is safe to bring the children back to schools. And the well-being and the safety of Fijian children and families has always been a priority of this ministry and the government. The safety of our children, let me say this to all our parents, the safety of you, your families and the children is not only the responsibility of the government, it is a shared responsibility. And we need to ensure that you keep your children, your loved ones and yourself safe on this pandemic. We need to share the responsibility and fight this war against COVID-19 together. If we all play our part, we will be able to bring the numbers down. We will once again be the country we were before. Please understand the severity of this virus. Stop unnecessary movements, mask up, practice good hygiene, follow the COVID safety protocols, and listen to the directives from the Ministry of Health and Medical Services. To all the Fijians out there, to all our children out there, all our families out there, we need your support, and we need your support to fight this battle against COVID-19 for once and all. Stay safe, keep your children safe, and once again, on behalf of all the Fijian families, the children, the Fijian government, Your Excellency and your team, I say a big thank you for the generous and timely support to the Ministry of Education. Thank you.
Minister, PS. Joe, members of the media, Malcolm, thank you very much for having us here today. Last year when TC Yasa hit Fiji, it was the second strongest cyclone to hit the southern hemisphere after TC Winston. As we all know, TC Yasa caused significant damage to parts of Vanuatu, including in particular to schools. Compounding the disaster of TC Yasa, TC Ana came along shortly afterwards and brought significant and very prolonged rainfall. Immediately after Yasa, Australia provided Fiji $7 million in emergency relief support, complemented by the deployment of our largest ship, HMAS Adelaide, and support from the Australian Defence Force. Minister, another $2.5 million was provided in response to TC Ana. For both, Australia's assistance focused on the provision of life-saving humanitarian relief items. After the immediate response, it was clear that some schools had sustained significant damage. Recognising the importance of education and reflecting our long-standing partnership with Fiji in this sector, we are today committing Australia $12.5 million in a package of support which will rehabilitate and reconstruct damaged schools and their associated infrastructure. The Government of Fiji has identified a number of schools in Vanuatu for reconstruction, and we will continue to work closely with your ministry in its reconstruction efforts, ensuring that these schools are built back better. Again, thank you very much for having us today. It's a pleasure to see you.